What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, oh wow, what a mouthful. Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight. I'm gonna absolutely butcher. I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I know I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna give it the old college try. We have Kinnikushoujotai. Yes, indeed. How about that? Kinnikushoujotai making their debut on the channel.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful.
I butchered that. I know I butchered that. It's not a question of whether or not I butchered it. It's just a question of how much I butchered it.
That's my style. I like to kick them when they're down.
Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMK82. And SMK82 wanted to see me react to this song by Kinnikushoujotai called San Francisco.
George Francisco, open your golden gate, open your gate and let me in.
Yeah, at least I got the title right. I know I'm saying the title of the song right.
And knowing is half the battle.
Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, you gotta be kidding me. This is that song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Kinnikushoujotai. Kinnikushoujotai. Yeah, that. And the video has 256,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. I have absolutely no idea what that says. Live. Okay, that, yeah. Kinnikushoujotai. A shoe. Maybe a shoe. Kinnikushoujotai. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. San Francisco live. There we are. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Oh, please don't sit on the couch. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm liking it for a number of reasons. They really know how to play around with feel. We've had straight time, double time, half time. We've had it all. And when they've done the double time feel, they've put the snare hits on the upbeats, giving it that illusion of, you know, a little extra push. I like that. I absolutely like that. The instrumentation is clean, super clean. When they're playing syncope, when they're playing in unison, it's super accurate. It's super clean. There's no dirt. I like the fact the bass player got a little bit of a solo. Listen, I'm always going to be a little biased toward that, being a bassist myself. I love seeing bass players getting their solo. The drumming is really nice. Some really nice fills. Some really nice patterns coming up. If I'm being honest, and I don't say this very often, the star of the show to me is the keyboard player. He is, he is ripping it up with some of the stuff that he's doing. Some great lines. Nice usage of dynamics too within his playing. He's got, I mean, number one, he's got a really nice setup. I mean, his equipment is top notch because it's very touch sensitive. It's very responsive to, you know, lighter playing and harder playing. So it's like playing, it's got the responsiveness of a acoustic piano, of like a grand piano, but at the same time, it's electric. So it's a very nice instrument that he's playing on. He's making the most of it. Nothing against the guitar playing. I mean, the guitar players are doing a fine job, but honestly, the guitar players are just kind of, you know, filling out the sound, letting the keyboardists kind of take the lead as far as instrumentation goes. Vocally, if I'm being honest, his vocal style is, it sounds like it's borderline spoken word. I mean, it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of attention to pitch or dynamics or tone. It's just he's just speaking words, which in a song like this, at the pace it's going, it works. It absolutely works. I'm not complaining about what he's doing. I'm just making the observation that he's not really singing as far as pitch and tone and intonation are controlled, are concerned. It's more about delivery. It's more about diction. It's more about vowel formation. It's more about delivery, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It fits the context of the song. So far so good. I'm enjoying everything I'm hearing and seeing. We'll get to that part later. Let's keep going for right now. Let's see where this goes. you go. Guitar solo. I'm trying to think if I have any complaints about this, and I don't think I do. No, not really. Well, maybe there is one. I need to think about this a little bit. I need to kind of, take everything I saw and heard into account here. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was... I'm going to butcher this so badly. I know I'm going to butcher this. That was Kinnikushoujotai with a tune called San Francisco. This was a request from SMK82. Oh, I hope I have to say that name again. At least not today. Okay. I thought about everything. I took everything into account here, and I have a score. It makes perfect sense to me. And for members of the fan base who are fans of this band, I think they're going to be pretty happy with the score they're getting on their debut. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that overall presentation an 8.8. Yep. 8.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, an 8.8. What does that mean? Well, an 8.8 would translate to a great scale rating because overall, I think they hit it. This was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A letter grade. Yeah, an A. So there you go, an 8.8, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Getting an 8.8 on your debut on the channel, that is not easy to do. It is a feat that has not been accomplished by a whole lot of bands on the channel. So they really made a great first impression on me. The songwriting, very nice. I liked everything I was hearing from a chordal progression standpoint, melodic lines, harmonic lines, counter melodic lines, the usage of you have the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, utilization of all these different phrases within the song, all coming together very smoothly, not in any way that sounded janky or out of place. Everything that was played sounded like it belonged. The intro, the musical breakdowns that happened within the song, the solos that happened within the song, everything sounded like it had its place, and everything sounded like its place belonged within the context of the larger picture. So I got absolutely no issues with the songwriting whatsoever. Everything sounded great. The musicianship from everybody was outstanding. The drumming, very nicely done. The keyboard player, I still stand by what I said earlier. I think he was the star of the show.
Yes! Yes! Jesus H.
Nothing against the guitar players, nothing against the bass player. I'm a bassist myself, so I got nothing against the bass. As a matter of fact, it was nice to see the bass player get that little solo section. I enjoyed that. It was very nicely done. The guitar solo going with the verses against the keyboard player. Guitar soloed for 8 measures. Keyboard, well, it was more than, it was actually more like 16. 16 measures followed by a keyboard solo for 16. Followed by the guitar player for another 16, followed by the keyboard player for another 16. I like the verses. I like the trade-off. It was very clean, very well done. Both very complementary to each other, while at the same time reciprocating toward each other. So it was really nice. I liked everything I heard musicianship-wise. Vocally, very much a spoken word approach with some melodics thrown in there. Not a whole lot. Definitely more attention. I would say about an 80-20 blend. 80% spoken word, 20% melodic singing. It fits. It worked within the context of the song. I think that was really well done okay. I think it was very fitting for 2 particular reasons. One, the tempo we were going at was a nice, upbeat, faster tempo, and we were playing primarily in that double time feel. I was thinking about it. We never actually went to halftime. I don't think we actually ever did, but we did switch a little bit to straight time. Not often, but we did a couple times. Primarily, though, I would say about 80% of the song was in that double time feel with the snare on the upbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and as opposed to having the snare on the downbeats of 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've always liked it when bands, when they do in the double time feel, I like it quite, not always, but I usually like it when bands put the snare hits on those offbeats, on those upbeats, on the ands, instead of the 1, 2, 3, and 4. The reason for it is because whenever you do put those snare hits on the offbeats, on those upbeats, it gives it the illusion of going faster than it actually is going. They're not rushing. No. They're not rushing at all, but it feels like they're rushing. It's a little bit of an illusion. I've always dug that. And that's primarily due to the drummer, honestly. But considering what was happening within the song, what the vocalist was doing with his delivery, I think it makes perfect sense. It sounded good. There were a couple times with his vibrato, it started to get a little big. And I know that's a very typical thing with Japanese vocalists. I know they love their vibrato and they love to over-deliver on their vibrato. It didn't get, okay. At times it did get a little big, but it never got cringe like I've heard other vocalists get, where it's just way too big. Didn't hear that here. It did get a little big at times, but not to the point where it made me go, ooh, yeah. It never made me, recoil in fear, so or disgust. So it sounded fine. But I definitely got a big kick out of what the keyboard player was doing as far as the musicianship goes. He was the star of the show, in my opinion. I would give the song and the musicianship, honestly, around about an 8.2, 8.3. That sounds about right. But I'm giving this an 8.8. Well, how is that? Wait a minute. It's not adding up. Yes, it is, because if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score, or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It absolutely helped. Let's go down the checklist of things I look for in a live performance, and let's see how many they checked off. Stage presence, check. Absolutely. They looked like performers. They acted like performers, and there was absolutely no question. They were not roadies, boy. They were performers without question. They got stage presence down pat. Stage energy, big check. They were constantly moving around the stage. Bassist was moving around. Both guitar players were moving around. The vocalist, okay. I was thinking about this. I was thinking I might have had a complaint with what the vocalist was doing, but here's the thing. Was he sitting down on the couch? Yes, he was. He did sit down on that sofa. when he wasn't singing at the very beginning of the song, trying to create a little bit of anticipation. But the second he started to sing, what did he do? He stood up and he started moving around. Okay, normally I have a big issue with especially lead vocalists sitting down on stage, but because of the way it was done, the reasoning behind it, and the effectiveness on the overall performance with him standing up, creating that drama, that dramaticism, right when he starts singing, he stands up. Okay, I can forgive that. I actually can, and I gotta give him props on making it work. So I'm not mad at it. Now, if he had been sitting down and singing the entire performance, then I would have had a huge issue with it. A huge issue with it, but that wasn't the case. So stage energy, check, definitely. Stage interaction, check, quite a bit. We had quite a bit of interaction. The two guitar players interacting with each other, the guitar player going over interacting with the keyboard, the bass player interacting with the vocalist, the keyboard, the bass player interacting with what the guitarist over on stage right. I saw a lot of interaction, and I was really happy with what I saw. It wasn't casual either. It was intentional. So I absolutely dug the stage interaction. Crowd interaction, check. Now here's the thing. We never had those moments where it was like, leading the crowd, or, getting call and response or anything like that. But there was constant interaction with the crowd from multiple members of the band in kind of passive ways, but at the same time, it's still being done. The gestures to the crowd, whether it be with your hands or with facial expressions or with even just a simple nod to the crowd, with a little bit of a wink to the crowd, which I saw several members do. I saw the keyboard player do it. I saw the guitarist over on stage left do it. I saw the bassist do it. I saw the vocalist do it several times, where it was just kind of casually done, little itty bitty motions, but still motions toward the crowd nonetheless. So I'm absolutely going to count that. It is getting a check. It's not a huge check, but it is getting a check. Showmanship, again, check. Yeah, between the movement and motion on the stage, the interaction with each other on stage, interacting with the crowd on stage, some of the antics that I saw on stage, it all adds up to showmanship. So yeah, big check. Production. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to give it the check simply because of two reasons. Number one, the light show was absolutely designed for that song. It wasn't random lighting. It was designed. It was pretty obvious it was designed. That's number one. Number two, the outfits, the costumes, the makeup, very well done on everyone's part. It helped, again, add to the stage presence. There was no question. They were not on stage wearing jeans and a t-shirt. You couldn't look at them and go, are those performers or are those roadies? I can't tell. No, they made it very clear that they are performers. And the production and attention to detail in their uniforms, their costumes, their guests, whatever you want to call them, they looked really nice. It looked good. I love the lead singer's makeup. That just subtle, that the little jagged, design that you had over the eye. I thought that was really cool. It's very, very, no pun intended. It was very eye-catching.
I've been waiting all episode to use that pun.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead, Boomy. Go ahead. I know it was bad. I know, but I didn't mean for it to be a pun. I really didn't, but kind of came out that way. So go ahead and Boomy. I deserve it. No, but overall production did look good, so I'll absolutely give it the check. This is how I'm coming up from, like I said, about 8.2, 8.3, up to an 8.8. The live show absolutely helped. So yeah, 8.8. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.8, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I've spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.